Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here back on the channel. My second time trying to record this here, wrestling news. I'm going to break this up into two episodes. I'll do another episode later tonight. But I'm going to talk about some wrestling news here, episode 5. I'll do episode 6 later tonight. But first thing I want to talk about is Tim White passed away. Former longtime WWE referee. There's another one that passed away, I believe. Don't know what his name was, I forgot. Something Hebner. We'll talk about that later tonight in the second video, but Tim White passed away, and basically, he was a dedicated WWE refereeing official. He began his career working with Andre the Giant, actually, as a part-time ref. Um, During his tenure, he was a referee for some of WWE's biggest matches, and his biggest match he worked was the infamous Hell in a Cell match between Undertaker and Mankind at King of the Ring in 1998. And a shoulder injury basically ended his in-ring career. He still remained a major part of WWE, basically like working behind the scenes as a talent agent, as an official, till 2009. And unfortunately, Tim White passed away. So I want to say just rest in peace to Tim White. Condolences to his family, friends, and fans of Tim White. So rest in peace. Second thing I want to talk about is more on Stephanie McMahon. And the rumor basically from a Business Insider report that Vince McMahon pushed her out. Apparently, Business Insider, it was a false report. And a couple weeks after stepping away from WWE, this article from Fightful basically saying Stephanie McMahon is still the subject of headlines after basically taking a leave of absence, and now she's back as the interim CEO. We've learned more behind that initial absence, as it was incorrectly rumored Vince McMahon pushed her out. A Business Insider reported that had indicated that Vince McMahon had pushed Stephanie McMahon out when she took her leave of absence in May. However, we can confirm that those that were involved with WWE ahead of the Nick Khan regime were letting people know that wasn't the case even before the news dropped. However, some hires in the new regime were quick to say that there were performance issues and things to improve upon, but not along the lines that it was something that caused the end of her job. Sources from both regimes say that the decision was hers, so it basically wasn't Vince McMahon's decision. The recent story from Wall Street Journal that the WWE board has been investigating Vince McMahon since April lends credibility to that, as Stephanie was aware of such. To expand on that, another situation that was clarified was Business Insider saying WWE head of global sales and partnerships, Claudine Lillian, was leaving WWE. We were able to confirm that she was let go and wasn't looked upon as a great hire by McMahon. We were told that there were plenty of areas of improvement in that department, such as selling sponsors on a much more broad, long-term basis instead of a single show basis. Stephanie is the interim CEO as Vince McMahon has stepped down while an investigation into alleged misconduct takes place. So basically the rumor from basically a Business Insider said Vince pushed her out of WWE, but apparently it was wrong. Stephanie just took a leave of absence. The decision was hers, and now she's the interim CEO as Vince McMahon. As we talked about a few days ago, was on the issue with the affair with the former employee he paid $3 million, a hush act. Is that still alleged? It's not true, but we'll see. So, yeah. Next thing I'm going to talk about is WWE removed a Sasha Banks sign from SmackDown. I think it said like Sasha Crew for life, and they removed the sign from the show. It's just WWE being petty as usual. How unprofessional from WWE, ladies and gentlemen. Just a quick little story. They removed the sign. It says Sasha Crew for life. They're continuing to try and erase Sasha Banks from history from WWE. So she's definitely not coming back. The next thing I want to talk about is MJF. Is interested in pursuing acting. From Fightful, we've learned some more news about MJF and AEW's friction and what followed the huge promo last week. We're told at some point The day before the meet and greet and flight booking, MJF had spoken with Tony Khan at Rampage, though we're not sure how that conversation went or if that led to what followed the next day. MJF was not present at the Warner Media Discovery AEW party after the June 1st Dynamite, which featured many of the top stars within the company. We're told that MJF was not at Rampage's in Ontario 2 days later and did not travel with All Elite Wrestling after Dynamite. We've heard from numerous sources that MJF remained in Los Angeles for several days, which lends to some credibility to another rumor we've since confirmed. MJF has had a growing interest in pursuing Hollywood opportunities, according to his friends as well as other consistent Fightful sources. MJF has been speaking more about the possibility of getting to acting. He'd mentioned this in an interview with Ariel Helwani, the same one that helped start the issues between he and AEW. He also claimed to have had recorded a voiceover for an animated role that comes out next year. People within AEW have heard that MJF had meetings set up last week in LA later in the week to possibly explore that route. Word from MJF's side of things have been completely silent over the last week. So that's the rumor about MJF. Well, it's not really a rumor, it's basically confirmed. He's basically interested in pursuing acting, and he's going to be in a voiceover that comes out like next year. It's good for MJF pursuing some acting opportunities in Los Angeles. He's been growing interest in pursuing opportunities in Hollywood, so if he's not going to wrestle, I think he's just going to be, I don't think he's going to go to, I think he's just doing this to get out the next 2 years of his contract till 2024. Maybe he'll leave, go to WWE. I don't know. That probably won't happen. But you never know. I didn't think Cody Rhodes was going to come back to WWE, but then he did. So you never know. Last thing I want to talk about here before we go off the airwaves is WWE SmackDown viewership. The preliminary numbers are in for the June 17 episode of WWE SmackDown. According to Spoiler TV, WWE SmackDown drew 2.274 million viewers on June 17th. It's up from the 1.803 million viewers the show drew on June 10th. The first hour posted 2.186 million viewers, while the second hour posted 2.362 million viewers. And the show drew a 0.55 rating in 18 to 49 demographic. So good to see the SmackDown ratings go up for the June 17 episode. And mostly went for the second hour because you know I went for the second hour. Roman Reigns on SmackDown helps the ratings. It's just true. When he wasn't on SmackDown, the ratings were trash. So yeah, good ratings for SmackDown, over 2 million. So, good to see the second hour went up, mostly because Roman Reigns was on. But yeah, that's all the wrestling news I'm going to talk about here for this episode. I'll be back later tonight with some more wrestling news. So, until next time, I'm out like a light.